y'all. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Sorry I'm a little bit behind, but my sinuses has been screaming. It was 80 degrees one day and then 40 degrees for two, and then start going back up. So anyway, if you hear any background noise, excuse it. My neighbor's being loud as hell right now. School's closed for half of the week because of Mardi Gras. So I don't know what they're doing, but they're loud. So excuse any noise you hear. But I wanted to do this video because I've been getting messages about this one, and I want to do this video because I have been seeing it more and more to where, like, almost anytime I go on social media or even like out somewhere, I've been seeing this, and I just want to talk about the importance of letting past pain, past betrayals, and trauma, childhood traumas, why it's so important that has to be released. Because I'm seeing so much more now where people like, well, I have the right to be mad. I have the right to be bitter because such and such happened, such and such happened. And this is just like a strong way. It kind of came, the way I got the message was kind of more of a warning on falling into that, because especially now everything is picking up. I'm pretty sure that people have been having a lot of symptoms because of the X-class solar flares coming in. Those are the strongest solar flares. And people having a lot of body stiffness, some depression, but that is your body trying to release what it doesn't need. Because when I tell you, this thing is about to flip into another cycle. And yeah, let me explain that to you. Now, the cycle that we're going into, everything is going to be based off of your frequency, your energy. It's not going to matter what happened to you in the past, why you're still holding on to that hurt. It's basically going to be about, well, not basically, it is strictly on your frequency. And right now, since we're at the tail end on it, everybody has to pick a side, and they have to do it now. But with this cycle, since it's going to be based strictly on your frequency, the people who are choosing to hang on to the hurt and the anger, that's going to energetically put them under the level, the frequency and the level of consciousness they need to be on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a picture. By the time this uploads, it'll be up. But I'm going to put a picture of the chart for the levels of consciousness. And the levels of consciousness, that correlates with your chakra system. The reason why they say your heart has to be light as a feather is because the level of consciousness just above the heart, that is considered like the new humanity consciousness. So for the energies that are going to be coming onto this planet, for the mind and the body to be able to withstand those, your level of consciousness is going to have to be in that area for new humanity consciousness. That's why your heart has to be light as a feather, because anything below that, the blockages have to be removed for it. And like I've mentioned before, that's why they, always have that little zombie apocalypse by Behemoth, call them automatons. But even if you look from the first shift from 2020 to now, the closer we get to it, the more intense things get. You see like a lot more anger, like more violence, more people easily triggered. And especially like with the negativity now, because it's really getting crunch time now, and a lot of people are just projecting that onto other people. That's why like now, gossip, I mean, you could just, when you pay attention to people speak, you notice that most people, only thing some people are talking about is entertainment, gossip, and slander, or saying something negative about someone else. Like I said, you're gonna see that change off, because that's going to increase. But just keep yourself off the left behind end, because things are really about to get crazy. Things are about to pick up. And the traumas that you went through, all of that happened for a reason. That was to grow you. Just like, because a lot of people are kind of disgusted, like with around relationships and things like that. But a lot of times, the things that keep people blocked is past trauma. Because I did a video on the purpose of karmic relationships. And it took me a long time, and it wasn't until I started doing some real deep introspection, excuse me, that I realized why I kept bringing in undesirables and men that competed with women. I found out it was because of trauma that I went through when I was young. It had like been decades earlier by the time I realized that. Because when you hold on to pain, that stays in your energetic field, that's in your chakra systems. And since they receive, assimilate, and transmit energy, you're constantly sending out those blocks. So when people stay in, hold on to pain, you're constantly sending it out. So you're just going to call back in people, situations, circumstances that match the energy that you send out. And like I say, how can I put this? Now, I don't know why this word is even banned on YouTube, but the ABUSE, I have experienced all levels of it, from physical, mental, to ritual. And like I said, it wasn't until later, because it may, I've had karmic relationships, I've had a karmic marriage, but it wasn't until after that that I realized that those were lessons for me on what I needed to work on. It was like a mirror, things that I needed to work on so I can attract the type of person that I wanted. And just like I've, had family, have consistently for over 40 years straight, done every single thing that they possibly can do to ruin every aspect of my life, every aspect of it. And even then, I'm like, the more they tried, the goofier I got, because I'm like, I would never end up like you. When people hold on, because what's that saying? When you hold on to anger, that's like you drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. They kind of, if you stayed that way, they kind of won. Well, I'm not going to say won over you, but it's either light side or dark side, because this matrix was created to feed vampiric beings anyway. So if they can take your essence, if they could keep you in a low vibrational state, that could very well right there completely derail your destiny. And basically you're giving your power away, because now they've literally stopped you from being able to bring in the things that you really want. Because if you're not vibrating out that frequency, you won't bring those things in. So that's why it's really, really good now to release all of that, let it go, because there's no time or date, but everything has been building up to the great solar flash, and that can happen at any given time. And like I said, you just don't want to be on those lower frequencies. So I'm going to put that chart up so you can see like the kind of below it. I'm going to go into a lot of stuff specifically, because there's so many little sneaky things that follow us through childhood that we don't even realize that it's a block that we got from childhood. But yeah, this is a perfect time to release, and especially more of those energies are going to be coming into the planet this week. You might see people kind of wigging out a little bit. Don't engage any negative people. Don't let anybody get you pissed off or get you there, because you're going to see a lot of that happening, especially when more of these energies come in this week. People are going to be trying to get you on the low frequency. This is the perfect time to release and let all that go. See you on the next.